أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
ألف لام ميم. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيتها النفس المطمئنة ارجعي إلى ربك راضية مرضية.
Hussein, Hussein, King of martyrs. Hussein, Hussein has been slaughtered. Hussein, Hussein, true believer. Hussein, Hussein, or his people.
لبيك يا حسين،
لبيك يا حسين،
لبيك يا حسين،
لبيك يا حسين.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام على الحسين
وعلى علي بن الحسين
وعلى أولاد الحسين
وعلى أصحاب الحسين.
Assalamu alaikum. May Allah bless you, your family, and your community.
Welcome to Rise With Us,
A program sponsored by Kisa Foundation, Rise Academy, and Sabah Islamic Center. We have a great episode for you tonight.
third episode of Volunteer Undercover.
We'll learn more about the Arbaeen walk.
And we have a famous Noha Khan as a special guest.
We will learn more about the culture of Azadari around the world. But first, let's take our hearts to Karbala.
Salāmun Ali ibn al-Husayn وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين.
Volunteer Undercover is one of the more popular segments of Rise With Us.
As some people think, but I'm joking, by the way. It's interesting to note that this segment is fully produced by our high school students. They write the script, they act it out, they record it, and they edit it. And we're very thankful for the work that you all are doing.
In reality, the segment is there to encourage everyone to volunteer in the Majalis of Ahl-al Bayt.
Alhamdulillah. Let's go and find out what the third episode is about.
Ալայkum, welcome back to Volunteer Undercover. Last time we went undercover as part of the AV team, where basically we retrieved the wire that Brother Ishaq asked us to so that we can enable the online program to keep going. This time we'll be volunteering undercover as part of the guest and services team. So basically they're the ones that wear in the orange vests and they do the general volunteering. So they communicate between the people in the kitchen, the people in the AV room, the staff, the security, all of that stuff. And so this time we'll be going undercover helping Sister Fatima Hadi. Ďakujem, Sister Fatima.
Alaykum salam, Ashraf, how are you?
I'm doing alhamdulillah. So I'm here to volunteer for the guest and services.
Oh,
Is that
perfect.
okay?
Yeah. You have to sign in and then take your vest and please use the
Okay,
vest.
perfect. Okay. So, what do you think is the first thing I can do?
Right now, this is the last vest, so
Okay.
you can go to the English hall and pick up the box of the
Okay.
vest, please.
Alright, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Wait, I'll wait. Sorry.
Brother, I need these for the kids program.
You need this? Brother, no, you can't take it. You need it for the
Really sorry.
brother. Sorry.
Alright, where should I put this box? You can put it in the supply closet, please, and that box goes into the storage.
For sure.
Thank you.
Sorry. So yeah, these are most of the vests. The issues, somebody came and took two of the vests without my permission.
Oh no, I'm gonna need them all. Can you
Do we
please
need all
get
of
it for
them?
me? Yes, please.
So I should go get them back?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, alright.
So say, I'm a Muslim superhero!
Muslim superhero.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, we're gonna need the vests. Sister Fatima Hadi says she needs orange vests.
Are you sure we can't get 2 minutes?
No, they said they need it right now. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, the kids program's over, I guess.
Oh, thank God!
I'm gonna retire now.
Sister Fatima? Oh yeah, I left to this.
Oh, perfect, thank you.
Yeah,
Why aren't you wearing your vest?
Oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot. I need to go wear my
If you're
vest.
gonna be in guest services, you
Yes.
gotta wear this. This way the people will know that you're a volunteer and if they need any help.
Yeah, okay, I'm so sorry. Thank you.
No problem.
I completely forgot. Also, is there anything else I can do?
Yes, if you can please go help Brother Hanan setting up the hall, the Farsi hall.
Mhm.
The program will be starting soon.
So the chairs or?
Yeah, he needs to set up the chair.
Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, I will help my man.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum salam.
I've been told to come here and help you out with the chairs and everything.
Okay,
So-
cool. So there's gonna be a program here. We need to move the chairs to that side.
Oh, alright. Okay, is there an extra dolly?
No, I think this is the only one.
Oh, alright, I'll just flip the chairs, this one.
Okay.
Alright. Let's see, let me try the big one.
help, brother?
Yes. Okay.
So lesson learned, don't overdo the volunteering. Work smart, not hard. Wait. Work smart or hard. No. Work smart and hard. Really, bro?
This episode is dedicated to the Arbaeen of Imām Ḥusayn alayhi salam. Abbas, have you ever been to the Arbaeen walk?
No, unfortunately, I haven't had the opportunity to go yet.
So when you see videos of millions of people walking from Najaf to Karbala, what does it make you think of?
I guess I just think of how powerful the message of Imām Ḥusayn is. I guess it just shows how many people will, inshallah, rise to help aid in the army of Imam Mahdi.
Inshallah. You know, the Arbaeen walk is one of the traditions of the Azadari of Imām Ḥusayn alayhi salam. And I remember a couple episodes ago, you were asking a question about how much of what we do in Azadari is cultural versus, the teachings of Ahl-al Bayt.
Yeah, I still haven't found the answer to that question yet.
Let's ask the ʿAlim.
Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
So I have a question for you. How much of what we do in the Azadari of Imām Ḥusayn is cultural versus Islamic?
That's an excellent question. First of all, we should ask this question that are the two things which are completely different? Like, does something have to be Islamic or it's cultural? Actually, if we look at it, Islam and culture can be very compatible with each other. And many practices of Islam, the root of it is taught to us in Islam, but then it has a certain form of being expressed in the culture. Like, for example, pretty much all people who mourn for Imām Ḥusayn alayhi salam, they know about the common practice that we have of doing latam or matam, where we kind of beat our chest, right? That's become kind of a universal culture of, the Shias and the followers of the Ahl-al Bayt. But different cultures might have their own expressions of mourning. For example, lighting candles or doing a candle night visual or a moment of silence. Now, that would be taking some of the ideas of mourning and commemoration and then putting them into the cultural expression. Mm-hmm. So it's not like something where you have to either have it be religious or have it cultural. Now, having said that, there are some times where the cultural understanding of mourning for Imām Ḥusayn could take things too far, and we have to be careful of that. We don't want to run away from that. We want to embrace cultural understandings. We want to make sure that this beautiful act of mourning for Imām Ḥusayn, it gets expressed in a very natural way that's really fitting for where we're at and the times that we're at. We don't want to get rid of things from the past for no reason, but we want to be careful not to go overboard. So, for example, let's say that something we want to do for mourning for Imām Ḥusayn, it conflicts with one of our obligations, right? We're going to miss our prayers. Or maybe we're doing it, but as a result, let's say we're creating a lot of disturbance for neighbors. Well, that's not something that would be in line with the teachings of Islam. We're not doing our obligations. Or, for example, another thing to keep in mind is that the Ahl-al Bayt, what do they want from us? They said, Kunu zaynan lana wa la takunu shaynan lana. Be an adornment for us. Don't be something that we are not proud of, something that is a source of the opposite of attraction, basically repelling people from us. So the acts that we choose should be something that have some type of attraction in them, not something that is a turn-off for people. So these are things that we need to ponder upon very carefully. And the last thing I would say is that it's always good to take advice of experts, like scholars who are really aware of what are the elements of these practices, what are the values that Ahl-al Bayt wanted us to uphold, and we can discuss with them and see these different cultural expressions, are they in line with the teachings of Islam, or perhaps we need to modify them to make them more aligned with the beautiful values and teachings of Islam.
Okay, thank you so much, Shaykh.
You're welcome.
غيرك يا ابو عبد الله سلمي سلموك يا ابو عبد الله سلمي تلمیس الموت یا ابا عبدالله من لی غیرک یا ابا عبدالله تلمیس الموت یا ابا عبدالله تلمیس الموت یا ابا عبدالله.
The Arbaeen walk is a tradition that started on the day of Arbaeen, 40 days after the martyrdom of Imām Ḥusayn alayhi salam. In the first season of Rise With Us, there was a segment that talks about the history of the Arbaeen walk. Do you remember that?
I don't think I've seen that one yet.
Maybe some of our friends at home haven't seen it. So let's go ahead and watch that and then we'll come back and continue.
The Arbaeen walk was first established by Jabir ibn Abdullah and Atiyah in the year that Imam Ḥusayn was martyred. In the same year, Imam Sajjad and Hazrat Zainab Salāmun alayha visited Karbala. Ayatollah Qazi Tabatabai believes that the Arbaeen walk is a long tradition of the Shia. And based on his research, the Shia, even in the time of Bani Umayyah and Bani Abbas, used to do the Arbaeen walk every year. Now, for some time in history, the Arbaeen walk was forgotten. And then a scholar named Muhaddis Nuri revived this tradition. On the day of Eid al-Adha, he started walking with bare feet along with 30 people to Karbala. And he continued this tradition every year.
So now we know a little bit more about the history of Arbaeen walk. Now the Arbaeen walk starts from the city of Najaf. Najaf is a city right next to Kufa. And it's very significant that the Arbaeen walk starts from the city that was the first capital of the first Imam Ali alayhi salam.
Yeah, and also, isn't Imam Mahdi going to also establish his government in Kufa as well?
That's correct. Inshallah, we see that day together.
Inshallah.
Let's go and learn more about the city of Najaf and Kufa. And alhamdulillah, we are honored to have Sheikh Ahmadi with us, who will teach us more about the history of Najaf and Kufa.
Salāmun ʿAlaykum jami'an. Today we're going to talk about the holy city of Najaf, known as Najaf Ashraf. So as some of you may know, the Najaf is a city in which the holy grave of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam is located in this city. And there is this semi-city next to it, which we call it the Kufa, and it hosts two of the major mosques, naming Masjid al-Kufa and Masjid al-Sahla. Aside from all of these holy sites, we have this vast cemetery alongside of the holy shrine of Imam Ali, which is named as Wadi al-Salam, and as we have it in the hadith, whichever believer or mu'min or mu'minah who passes away, their soul and spirit will go to this place named Wadi al-Salam. Now, as far as the holy shrine of Amir al-Mu'mineen goes, it is the host and it contains the graves of so many of the scholars, such as, Shaykh Tusi or Shaykh Ansari. And the city of Najaf has been known to be the host of the seminary school or the Hawzatul Almiya, starting from the 5th century of Hijrah. One point about the city of Najaf to know is that the holy grave of Amir al-Mu'mineen was actually hidden for almost 90 years from the early time of Islam until the time of Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam, when he went public and told Shias and the Muslims the whereabouts of Imam's grave. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
So that was interesting.
So the Arbaeen walk starts from Najaf, and then the pilgrims walk from Najaf all the way to Karbala. It's a distance of around 80 kilometers. And sometimes it takes up to 3 days to do this. Now, throughout this journey, you see a lot of stations where different people from different parts of the world come to serve the Azadari and the pilgrims of Imam Ḥusayn alayhi salam. It is interesting that sometimes you hear that people who don't have a lot in their life, who go through a lot of economic hardship. They save every penny that they have, so they have something to serve to the pilgrims of Imam Hussain. And they come in the Arbaeen walk and they offer, for example, a piece of date or a little bit of food. And they see it, they do it as a service to Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And then finally, after this long journey, pilgrims make it to the city of Karbala,
where the shrines of Imam Hussain, Abdul Abbas, and many other martyrs are also located.
Let's go back to Sheikh Ahmadi and learn more about the city of Karbala.
Salāmun ʿAlaykum jami'an. Today we are going to talk about the holy city of Karbala and the beautiful shrine of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein and Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas. So for those who may not have been to the city of Karbala, these two holy shrines are located right next to one another, and the distance between the two is actually called Bayn al-Haramain. Now at the holy shrine of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, we have the shrine of Imam al-Hussein, in which, according to the riwayat, his son Ali and al-Akbar is buried in the very same shrine. Right next to it, we have the shrines for all of the companions of Abu Abdullah and a smaller shrine for Habib ibn Mudahir. Now, aside from the shrine of Abu al-Fazl al-Abbas, we have two maqams pretty close to this Bayn al-Haramain. One is called the maqam of Imam Sadiq, and the second one, maqam of Sahib al-Zaman, Ajalallah Ta'ala Farajah Sharif. And if you go further out, we will have this place which is called the Khaymegah, or the place where the tents of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein was placed. And we have this place which is called Tal Zainabiyya, which Lady Zainab Salamullah alayha used to go there to watch over whatever was happening in the field of Karbala. If you go a little bit further out from the city, we will see the shrine or the burial place of the companion of Imam al-Hussein, Hurr ibn Yazid Riyahi. Jami'an, Salāmun ʿalaykum wa rahmatullah.
لبیک یا مولا یا حسین 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 لبیک یا
Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. The Arbaeen pilgrimage has been observed since the year 61 of Islamic calendar. After the Battle of Karbala or the following year, according to tradition, the first such gathering took place when Jabir ibn Abdullah, a Sahabi, made pilgrimage to the burial site of Hussein. In fact, Jabir is considered as the first who visited the tomb of Imam Hussain. He was accompanied by Ati ibn Sa'd because of his infirmity and probable blindness. He visited constantly with that of the serving female member of Prophet Muhammad's family and Imam Hussein's son and heir. Imam Zayn al-Abidin, who had all been held captive in Damascus by Yazid, the Umayyad Caliph.
Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari stood at the grave and burst in tears, then called out al-Hussein's name thrice, and then said, "While love one doesn't answer one who loves him." But soon he answered his own cry by saying, "How can he answer while his cheeks are torn and his head is separated from his body?"
Ich suche meinen Vater, kann ihn nicht finden, Zainab, Zainab. Ich suche meinen Vater, kann ihn nicht finden, Zainab, Zainab. Ich suche meinen Vater, kann ihn nicht finden, Zainab, Zainab. Ich suche meinen Vater, kann ihn nicht finden. Ich bin gelaufen von einem Ort zum anderen.
खुदारा मजलिसों को कॉन्फ्रेंस मत बनाओ या हुसैन में बड़ी जाज़बियत है ये बात भी या हुसैन कहने के लिए आए हाय मेरा वीर हुसैन अदारी हुसैन
So the clip that you just watched was submitted by students in an Islamic school in Africa.
Wow, I mean, different cultures in different countries around the world have different ways of expressing their love for Imam Ḥusayn, even when it comes to matam.
You know, the other day I was talking to a brother who's a revert, and he was asking me, you know, is matam something that comes from culture? Is it a cultural thing?
I mean, wasn't it started by Ahl-al Bayt?
You're right about that. Actually, do you know what is the meaning of matam in Urdu?
Grief?
That's correct. Now, in Farsi, they use the word noha, which means to cry. How about Arabic?
Latmiya?
Latmiya. Now, what does latmiya mean?
Cry?
No, latmiya means like, you know, beating yourself.
Okay, I didn't know
this
that.
concept of beating your chest. When you read Ziyarat al-Nahiyya, which is a special ziyarat that we believe that has come from the Imam of our time about the event of Karbala. In the Ziyarat al-Nahiyya, Imam Zaman Ajalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif describes the moment that the horse of Imam Hussayn returned without the rider. And then he says the women came out from the tents, running toward the battlefield. While they were doing latma, they were beating their chests, they were beating their head. So this concept of matam or latmiya is something that started by Ahl-al Bayt on the day of Ashura.
What about the tabut or alams?
Now we see some of the elements of Azadari come from culture. And sometimes they come from a time before the Ahl-al Bayt. And the Ahl-al Bayt didn't say anything against it. So for example, when it comes to alam, you see the alam of Hazrat Abbas in many cultures when it comes to the Muharram and Safar Azadari.
What about Qamazani or Blade Matam?
Brother, you want to shut down this program?
No, I mean like in a sense that like
okay. You know, we can either like, you know, just ignore these questions or we can answer them. I mean, this program is meant for youth. So, you know, the question that Abbas is asking is a question that many of you may have. You know, this concept of qamazani or blade matam. The best answer I can give is this. We've been told that at the time of ghaybat of the Imam Mahdi, the Imam of our time, when you have such questions, go to the maraji. So when it comes to, for example, qamazani, some of the maraji don't allow it. So for questions like this, ask your marja and follow what your marja says. But traditions such as tabut or alam, you know, is something that, you know, we don't have any marja saying anything against it. You know, this concept of alam of Hazrat Abbas, you know, in Farsi they say Abbas alamdar. It's something that you see in many cultures. Even when you go to the shrine of Imam Hussayn, you see the alam of Hazrat Abbas or the tabut being brought inside. Let's go ahead and visit the program on the day of Arbaeen in Karbala.
ولا أريد أن أنظر لا أقاتل ولا أنظر تكفيني منها المسجد
I really hope that inshallah one day we can record this segment in Arbaʿīn in Karbala.
Allahi Ameen. Remember that you can submit your noha recitations in English or your questions on our website, kisakids.org/risewithus. And if you submit your noha, our dear brother Mahdi Falati can give you feedback. Qasim was 15 years old. He was from Najaf. And he used to recite Latmiya for Imām Ḥusayn. Every year in Muharram and Safar, he would practice a different noha, a different Latmiya, and he would recite it for other children in the majalis of Ahl-al Bayt. Later on, Qasim became one of the martyrs of Islam, sacrificing his life, fighting against the enemies of Ahl-al Bayt in Iraq. I hope that you enjoyed this episode that was dedicated to the Arbaeen of Imām Ḥusayn alayhi salam. And I pray that these programs motivate you to contribute to the Aza of Imām Ḥusayn, whether by writing poetry, reciting noha, or helping with the majalis of Imām Ḥusayn. Till the next episode, and the next time that we visit your home, we say farewell. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Salāmun wa ala Ali ibn Husayn wa ala أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب